Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 162 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year this year, all outside bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I had also challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within this time frame, but I got ahead of that schedule, so I decided to up that mileage to 1,500 miles for the year. Now, this is only my second year running. Within the first full year of running in 2020, I was able to run 1,002 miles, and I did that within 175 days. So, this goal of 1,500 miles and running 365 days out of the year is a 50% step up in miles and a 100% step up in the actual days I'd be outside running. Also within this time frame, guys, I had challenged myself to run 2 big races, with adding I think a couple races, and then here within within the year as well. But there are 2 official big races. One of them has passed, got it done almost a week ago. Starting tomorrow will be exactly a week. It was a 50K trail race, 31 miles, guys. Yankee Springs, Michigan. It was so awesome. So many feelings, so many mixed emotions. Really can't stop thinking about it, and just really been thinking about how I need to get really back out there and do a better time and do more miles. And that's all that's been on my mind, is finding the next race and improving. So there was that race, and we were able to actually get out there the following days after that and still put in miles and keep this 365-day streak going. Even though we're only on day 162, but we are going for the 365 challenge. So we also have the marathon that is in October. That is the other big race that is coming up. So kind of in training mode for that. I really want to shave some time off. I did, good in the trail race. I'm happy with what I did. I know I probably could have done a little bit better, but I'm happy that I was able to do what I did and then still be able to get out there the following day and continue to keep the streak going. So for this marathon, though, I think I really want to shave this pace off and get a really, really good time. I think that's going to be my goal. So training for that has started already, obviously. After that one race ended, training for the next race is on, guys. And it's summer. It's scorching hot out here, guys. So let's kind of talk about that. Today was day 162. It was 88 degrees out. It was humid. There was barely any breeze. It was really, really hard. And it was the day that I finally decided to up my mileage since the 50K trail race. So since the 50K trail race, every single day, besides today, I was doing just 1.5 miles for the day, trying to keep it small, trying to keep it, easy on my body. I didn't want to really put too much more stress on my body after doing those 31 miles. So I just kept them small runs. But today I really stepped it up, but I did a 5K, just a little bit over. So I did 3.5 miles for the day today, guys. Day 162, which put me at 9.9 miles for the week, which put me at 49.6 miles for the month. That put me at 709.8 miles for the year. Let's talk about the month real quick, though. Every single month I do a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity where I donate money, and I try to raise awareness and more money, where I start a fundraiser on Facebook. And as I'm running the miles, I post about it every single day and share it to my Facebook and my Instagram. Every single month, like I said, for the first 5 months of the year so far, we were able to raise money for 5 great charities and awareness for them. and now we're here in the 6th month, and we're raising money for the Alzheimer's Association, because June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, guys. So if you would like to make your donation to this month's fundraiser, you can find the link to do that on the Defining Discipline Instagram story, as well as the Defining Discipline Facebook story. Or you can find it on my personal page's Instagram story or my personal page's Facebook story. All donations that get made to this fundraiser go to this fundraiser. Facebook does not take a cut. So know that your donation is all of it is going to this fundraiser. That's why we continue to do it through Facebook, because they have an agreement where they don't take any percentage of the donations for the charities and fundraisers that get made through their site. So, guys, we're only 11 days in, and we're pretty much halfway through the 100-mile challenge already. Those that have been following along know that I've been doing the 100-mile challenge because I am trying also to, keep my mileage within a certain range. But I'm probably going to actually try to still keep this 100-mile challenge at a really higher range of mileage for the month. I'm already ahead such a good amount. I'm still thinking maybe ending it, hopefully at least 125 miles, but maybe another 140 mile month. That'd be great. We did 150 in April, and then we did 140 in May, and now we're in June. If we can get another 140 out, especially in this hot weather, it'd be great. Really great. And I'm actually really excited to talk about some challenges that I have set up for myself within this coming in June. I have one challenge I started, and just got a couple things going on. So really excited about those. Don't want to talk about them too early, though, so we're not going to do that. Let's just get into today's episode, guys, because it's kind of a big thing of why I'm doing this in general. So episode 162, let's just get right into it. Day 162. Today's episode, its theme is document. And I want to talk about that because it's something that I have always struggled with. This whole podcast is about self-improvement and working on things that I really need to work on to be a better person in general. And, we've talked about it previously with lists. And what else did I say? Which is basically, another one was checklists, making sure I had a checklist for the race. But, document, it's a little bit different, and we're going to go into detail with that. And I'm going to talk about how I'm bad with it and how I need to get so much better. And at the same time, I'll also tell you why I think I am bad at it. So it's not always necessarily a bad reason why I'm bad at it, but I still need to do a better job at documenting. So documentation, guys. I can't tell you how many times I go to concerts or just in certain moments, and I just don't pull out my camera. I don't take pictures. I don't think to, save a memory for the time. I'm one of the last people to pull out my camera and take a picture, or I'm one of the last people to write something down to document it. I'm just really, 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 really bad at documentation, and not that it's a flaw, but it really does hurt, when I want to look at pictures, or I do need to try to pull something up and I can't find it. It's a awful feeling, and it's something that I really, really need to work on, because I want to be able to go, when I'm thinking back to certain times and I have no pictures of certain concerts, not even concerts. That's a bad example, because that's the exact opposite of what I do. I go to concerts, and then I'll document concerts, and then I'll never watch them ever again. But I won't document actual times that are very, very close to me. And today was a prime example. So I'm going to get into that. But today was an example where I made sure I tried to document these things, because I'm going to hold these dear to me for the rest of my life. And not having it documented at all, yes, I get that I'm in the moment and living in it. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to talk about why I suck at documenting. But let's get into the story in general of what happened. Today, my grandfather and my father came up and visited from Florida, and my grandfather and my father were, holding my daughter. My grandfather met her for the first time, and it's 4 generations of us together, and it was just such a such a cool moment. And I'm sitting there in it, and I'm just watching it happen, and I'm like soaking it up, but I'm not thinking about it. And it really hit me. And it's like, I need to pull my camera out. I need to start. What am I doing? I need to start just taking pictures of, just candid pictures of my grandpa and my daughter, and have these, because this moment, even for her to see when she's older. And this moment is fleeting, and our everything in life is fleeting, and to hold on to these moments and to really try to document them better. And again, I know you can't document every single moment, and not every moment needs to be documented. And that's, again, a prime example of me documenting the worst moments. Usually is the ones I document. But it's so important to have these things to look back on. And especially now with my daughter's life, I want to document these moments, and I need to be someone who's better at documenting these moments. My mom did such a good job taking pictures of me growing up and documenting my life, and even keeping it in good order. And I'm so unorganized in general, and especially with that kind of things, of keeping things documented and in order. So I need to really, really work on that. And, I'm so glad that I was able to really think about it today, especially in some of those candid moments, and just get a couple videos and a couple pictures. And, it means the world to me right now. And I know even later it's going to even mean more to me. And, I'm hoping, it'll mean something to my daughter one day, when she's older, because I know when I was a kid and I was shown pictures of even when I was younger, it was like, oh yeah, cool, I get it, yeah, sweet. But at the same time, it's like you don't really appreciate it, and you don't really think about it on that level until until you get older. So it's such a cool thing to do, and I really need to do it more and more and more. And on top of it, to speak of documenting, that's another reason why I started this podcast in general, because I wanted to document my journey of trying to be a better person, and my running journey of becoming an ultra runner, and trying to just really just focus on myself and stop listening to all the outside noise of what's going on, and getting pulled and swayed into what I should think and what I should do, and just really just focus on trying to feel good and doing something good for myself, because life is short, and I really want to try to be in the best mental state and take care of my body. And it feels good to really get out there and turn my life around. So I started this podcast to really mostly kind of document my life, and document this process over this past year of really pushing myself, and the different emotions I'm going to be going through. And so I can look back at this on one day, maybe I don't care if I get famous, and I don't care if maybe I get no views, or whatever the case is. I'm doing this so I can look back on it and watch the development happen over time. And so I can just even look back on it and think back, like, wow, I remember talking to myself for hours, and running and changing my life. And this was the moment within my life when I had this, epiphany and really started to try to better myself. So, um, documentation, guys, it's something that I really, 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 really was bad at, and I need to work on a daily basis. So it's something I am going to be working on a daily basis. Um, so I'm trying to make sure I'm capturing these moments as much as I can. Another thing I need to really focus on, I'm putting it out there now, not that it matters to you, but I'm putting it out there hopefully to continue to remind myself, but I need to get better at with my tech and backing up some of my stuff to make sure I have access to these photos as we continue to go on in the future and things continue to get upgraded. Um, just so much storage with footage and photos. So I need to try to go back through old photos and delete some things that aren't necessarily really important. Maybe some screenshots on phones and stuff like that. But go through some photos and all the stuff I do have documented and organize it better and continue for the future to organize it better and to get better at documenting these events and moments and memories. So, not necessarily that you won't forget them, but you can just always look back on them and really reminisce and think about them. Now, on the flip side, I said I was going to talk about why one of the reasons why I think I really am bad at documentation and documenting in certain situations is because I think I do get sometimes too caught up in the moment where I am having too much fun and I don't even really think about, hey, I should take a picture now, or hey, this, which it's not a bad thing to be caught up in the moment and to be really enjoying yourself. But sometimes sometimes you need to wire your brain when you are in those moments like, wow, I am having such a great time. This is one of the best times I'm ever having in my life. Maybe that's just the time that your brain should be firing like, let's take a photo because I don't want to forget this moment. But my head is usually like, wow, I'm having such a great time. I don't want to get out of this moment. Block everything else out. I think that's maybe where my head's at. So I think I really am going to try to focus, like I said, and trying to shift it to, wow, this is a great moment. I don't want to let it slip away. I know it's going to slip away, so I'm going to try to capture it and hold on to it for as long as possible. Best way to do that, boom, document it. And again, documentation doesn't necessarily always have to be a photo. It could be writing in a journal. It could be whatever. Which is another thing I really need to start doing more is just a lot more writing and reading, which I've talked about, but haven't talked about in a while. So I do need to start really doing a lot more reading and really cutting out my TV time, guys. But that's another story for another day. This is episode 162. I do want to kind of close it out because it's getting a little long and it's almost 11 o'clock and it's going to probably be uploaded after midnight, guys. So like I said, today was a busy day because my grandpa did come up and my dad came up and I took photos. Was still able to get her running, but just didn't do the episode or get the post in yet. So a little late on that. Hopefully you'll get it in though before midnight. Hopefully this thing go up real quick. So again, thank you guys so much for listening along. I don't know if I even said it before. I don't think I did, but thank you so much for listening along. But before I leave you, let's give you your defining discipline, your daily discipline from defining discipline. Your daily discipline for the day, guys. It is going to be start documenting the moments. Start documenting everything. Don't over document too much where you're letting the moment slip past you. But when you're in those good moments, don't be afraid to pull out your phone and take a photo because you may want to really bask in it later and think about it. And you never may know who you take that photo with, and you may never see them again after that photo. That may be your last photo you ever take with them. You never know. Anything can happen. So you want to make sure that you can capture these moments and that you just really, really document everything you can have, because life is short, like I said, and you don't want to miss out on, you don't want to regret not having something to look back on um, as you progress through life, guys. And you don't want to regret having something not to share with, your family as you get older. That's the main thing is with my daughter, I'm so glad that I'm going to be able to document so much of her life as she grows. So for your daily discipline, it is to really start documenting things in your life. Start with today. What did you do today? Document what you did today. What changes are you going to make today? Document it. Document the change you are making today to improve your life. Other than that, guys, though, thank you so much for listening. I feel like the last few minutes have been kind of a ramble because it is late. I'm usually sleeping by now, so if not sleeping, I'm zombified until the episode uploads. I hit post and then I fall asleep. So thanks so much for listening. I'm just gonna close it out. Episode 162. I am your host, Scott. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 163. That's pretty much it. Thanks. Peace out.